The magic of Christmas was in the air. It was a chilly December evening in a small town nestled between rolling hills and dense forests. The streets were lined with twinkling lights, casting a warm glow against the crisp winter air. It was a time of year when everyone seemed a little kinder, a little more generous, and a lot more hopeful. Christmas was fast approaching, and the magic that accompanied the season was palpable. Children eagerly hung their stockings, knowing that Santa Claus would soon make his rounds. But for one young girl named Emma, this Christmas held something truly special. Emma had always loved Christmas. From the moment she saw the first snowflake of the season fall, her heart swelled with excitement. The smell of gingerbread cookies wafting through the house, the sound of carolers singing outside, and the flickering light of candles on the windowsills all made her feel like she was living in a snow globe of happiness. But this year, there was something different about the holiday. Emma could feel it in her bones. Santa was coming back. And not just with his usual sack of toys this year. He had something far more important in store for her and her community. Emma's Christmas wish. As Emma sat by the fireplace one chilly evening, her parents were in the kitchen preparing dinner, and her little brother Jacob was playing with toy trucks on the living room floor. She sat quietly, her mind full of thoughts about what she could wish for this Christmas. Of course, she had a list that every child made, filled with toys, clothes, and the latest gadgets. But as she gazed out the window at the snow falling softly onto the ground, she realized something. Her wishes had changed. Instead of the latest dollhouse or a shiny new bike, Emma's wish was something deeper, something that she had been carrying in her heart for some time. She wanted to help others, especially those in her community who were struggling. Her family wasn't rich, but they always managed to make Christmas special. She couldn't imagine what it must be like for people who didn't have the same comforts. And so that year, Emma made a silent wish not for herself, but for others. She wished for everyone to have a Christmas filled with warmth, love, and joy. A little help from Santa. Little did Emma know, Santa was already aware of her wish. From his workshop in the North Pole, surrounded by his team of jolly elves and the glow of twinkling lights, Santa had been watching over Emma. He had heard her wish, and it filled his heart with pride. Santa had always known that Emma had a kind and selfless spirit, and this year, he was determined to give her something far greater than any gift she could imagine. While Emma was lost in thought by the fire, Santa was busy making preparations for his Christmas Eve journey. His sleigh was already loaded with presents for children all around the world, and the reindeer were getting their last practice runs. But there was something new this year, something magical that would make Emma's Christmas a little more special. Santa had a plan. A Christmas Eve surprise. Christmas Eve arrived, and Emma could hardly contain her excitement. She had already hung her stocking by the fireplace and left out a plate of cookies and milk for Santa. Her parents were tucking Jacob into bed, and the house was quiet, save for the crackling of the fire. But Emma couldn't sleep. She kept her eyes glued to the window, waiting for a sign that Santa was near. It was a night full of anticipation, and Emma's heart raced with the thought that maybe, just maybe, her wish would come true. As the clock struck midnight, the town was silent, save for the soft whispers of the wind. In the distance, the sound of hooves on the snow could be heard, and the soft glow of Santa's sleigh filled the sky. Santa was on his way. But tonight, he wasn't just bringing toys and gifts, he had something far more special in store. In a quiet corner of the town, just outside Emma's window, Santa landed his sleigh with a soft thud. His reindeer gave a gentle snort as they settled into the snow, waiting for their master's next move. Santa stepped out of his sleigh and, with a twinkle in his eye, made his way to Emma's house. He paused at the door and reached into his sack, pulling out a large, shimmering box. This wasn't just any box, it was a magical box, one that contained something far more precious than any material gift. Santa carefully placed the box under the tree and whispered a special wish. May this gift bring the true meaning of Christmas to those who need it most. The gift of love. The next morning, Emma was the first to wake up. She padded down the stairs in her Christmas pajamas, still rubbing her eyes, and gasped when she saw the large box under the tree. She ran over to it and knelt down, her hands trembling with excitement. What could it be? It wasn't wrapped in the usual shiny paper and ribbons. Instead, it was a simple wooden box with delicate engravings of snowflakes and stars. Emma carefully lifted the lid, and inside, she found something unexpected, a collection of letters and tokens. Each letter was handwritten, filled with messages of love and hope from people in her town. There were notes from her parents, who thanked her for being the heart of their family. There were messages from her friends, expressing their gratitude for her kindness and support. And there were tokens, small gifts, each one representing something special. A hand-carved ornament, a handmade scarf, a drawing from a neighbor's child. These were not expensive items, but they were priceless. They were symbols of the love and generosity that flowed through her community, all brought together by Santa's magic. Emma sat down on the floor, tears filling her eyes as she read each letter. She realized that this wasn't just a gift, it was a reminder that Christmas wasn't about what we receive, but about what we give. The love, the kindness, and the joy that we share with others are the true gifts of the season, spreading the Christmas spirit. With her heart full, Emma knew what she had to do. She couldn't keep all of this love and happiness to herself. She set out that very day, walking through the snowy streets with the letters and tokens in hand. She visited neighbors who had been struggling, friends who had recently lost loved ones, and even the elderly woman who lived alone at the edge of town. Each time she handed over a letter or a token, a smile would light up the recipient's face. It was as if the magic of Christmas had suddenly come to life, and Emma was its messenger. As the days passed, Emma continued to share the Christmas spirit with everyone she met. People began to follow her example, spreading kindness and goodwill throughout the town. It wasn't long before the whole community was caught up in the magic of the season. They held impromptu dinners for those who couldn't afford a Christmas feast, delivered warm clothes to families in need, and volunteered at the local shelters. The town, once small and quiet, had transformed into a place where love and generosity flowed freely, and the true spirit of Christmas was alive in every heart. Santa's gift of magic. Meanwhile, Santa watched from the North Pole, his heart swelling with pride. He had known that Emma's selfless wish would spark something incredible, and he was right. As he looked out over the world, he saw communities coming together, people reaching out to help one another, and families finding the true joy of the season. Santa knew that this Christmas would be remembered for years to come. As he prepared for his journey back to the North Pole, Santa looked at the sky and whispered, "The magic of Christmas is not in the presents we give, but in the love we share." Thank you, Emma, for reminding us all what Christmas truly means. The true meaning of Christmas. And so, as the snow continued to fall gently on the quiet town, Emma's heart was full. She had learned something that would stay with her forever. Christmas wasn't just about the presents under the tree or the stockings hung with care. It was about the love, the kindness, and the spirit of giving that lived in every heart. It was about spreading joy, not just on Christmas Day, but every day. This Christmas, Emma's wish had come true, not because Santa had brought her the perfect gift, but because she had learned to give her heart to others. And that, she realized, was the greatest gift of all. As Christmas approaches, let's remember that the true magic of the season isn't found in expensive gifts or grand celebrations, but in the small, thoughtful acts of kindness we share with one another. Just like Emma, we all have the power to make someone else's Christmas brighter, whether it's through a kind word, a helping hand, or simply sharing love. The joy we give is the joy we receive, and when we focus on giving from the heart, we discover the true spirit of Christmas. This holiday season, let's spread love, joy, and hope. Let's remember that even the smallest gestures can have the biggest impact on someone's life. Whether it's a smile, a hug, or a thoughtful gift, every act of kindness carries the power to change the world around us. So, as Santa prepares to make his rounds this year, let's all strive to be a little bit more like him, spreading joy, kindness, and happiness wherever we go. Because when we share love, we create magic, and the world becomes a brighter place for all. Merry Christmas to you all. May your hearts be full, your homes be warm, and your days be filled with the true magic of the season.